Hey, coming up is Indy News number 143. Oh, it's going to be an all-Indy update. We're going to talk about James O'Barr writing a Crow limited series. We're also going to talk about Daniel Way, which is what we teased over in Marvel News 143, what he's up to now. It has to do with the old Epic line of comics at Marvel and how that's coming your way. Also, we're going to talk about Dark Horse, Frank Chow, Conan, and the Kickstarter program. We talk about it sort of at length. And we're going to wrap it all up with Quantum and Woody seeing print. Stories which you've never seen before, but have been languishing out there for years. All that and more coming right up. The happiest day of the year for comic book fans is, of course, Free Comic Book Day. And Free Comic Book Day 2013 is going to be on Saturday, May 4th, starting at 9 a.m. here at Alternate Reality. And on that day, I'm giving all of these free comic books away. Since 2002, I've given away over 35,000 free comics to folks here on the South Side, and you can get yours. All you have to do is be down here on Saturday, May 4th, anytime between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. to get your free comic. Don't miss it. It's the happiest day of the year, right after Christmas.
Who better than Bo and Comic Book Man to talk indie comics?
Honey Boo Boo's making bank while Bo languishes in anonymity. Gross Injustice or Karmic Bungle? Indie Comic Book News, episode 143. Midnight Train to Stubtopia.
Great googly moogly. Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video hothouse. Bo.
Yes.
What time is it?
It's Indy News time, boys and girls.
You're here for Indy News, which is coming to you from this place, Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality are all my new comics, especially all my indie comics, and I carry just about every indie comic out there. Always 15% off every day for everyone. Bo,
Yes.
what's up with the Crow? James O'Barr is actually going to get off his butt and write something?
Well, James O'Barr has already written one Crow limited series, which I think is just about over with. He's going to write another one called Crow Carrare this June.
Carrare?
Carrare. Because it's the deadliest poison of all.
Yes, it is.
It involves a little girl who's probably going to have a ghost crow in this thing.
Ghost Crow.
And then after this point, he's going to write and draw a 6-issue Crow limited series called The Engines of Doom. Despair, actually.
Engines of Despair.
Engines of Despair, which is actually a script
You
from
see,
the
it's written right here. Engines.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay. If you remember the first Crow movie, he wrote a script for the second Crow movie. The plot behind that one was going to have the Crow be a woman, and the people who owned that said, no one will believe a woman is a killer, and so they didn't want to do it. Then 6 years later, the same studio said, why don't we do Kill Bill with Quentin Tarantino, which is the same story.
Okay, well...
But, it won't be the same. In fact, O'Barr says, he's going to be a disclaimer on each issue saying, hi, this was written in 1999, well before Kill Bill came out. He's also going to include production art from the film that never happened. And by the way, they talked to O'Barr about the new Crow film, which apparently has got a new actor in it.
I would hope so. Brandon Lee's been dead for quite some time.
For a while. They've gone through a whole bunch of... Bradley Cooper was in there. The guy from X-Men was in there. He said, it was never meant to be an ongoing series of stuff, but as long as you keep sending me the checks, knock yourselves out.
Okay. If you watch Marvel News number 143, we teased you about Daniel Way and his future indie projects. Here it is.
Daniel Way and John Proctor in 2003. You remember Marvel's Epic line?
Yes, it was. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Do you remember Gun Theory?
Yes, I do. It was 6 issues, I think, and 2, I think, came out. 3
Two came out. It was supposed to be a limited series. 2 issues came out. Apparently, back at that point, there was
sales were so good they shit canned it.
Well, no. Actually, what Way and Proctor said was the first 2 issues came out. They did relatively okay, and then there was a whole bunch of things going on with contracts back then.
Okay.
They went back to them and said, "Hi, we'd like you to restructure the contract," and they said, "Go to hell." And we're not going to do that. And
what was going on with contracts back then? I remember this. What was going on with contracts back then was you had what's his face in charge of the company.
Yeah.
Not Joe Quesada. Not Joe Quesada.
Ron
Before
Perlman.
him.
Yeah,
well,
Ron
no,
Perlman.
not Ron Perlman.
Perlman?
Not Ron Perlman. What's his face? It did Marvelville.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. That was after.
Okay. Anyway, the Epic line was supposed to be creator owned, and at some point, somebody in the higher ups at Marvel, once this was okayed at the lower level, said, "Wait a minute, wait. Creator owned? You mean we don't own this stuff? Screw that!" And they deep six the entire Epic.
Yeah, these two.
After about 6 issues of different books had come out,
It's like
get it out of here, and tell them to take their stuff and get out of here with it.
So basically, you had an argument between one division of Marvel against another edition of Marvel. Now, Marvel has given them back the rights to the characters. Said, here, they're yours. Yeah. We're sorry what happened to you back then. Way's been working for Marvel for a while, and now Way and Proctor said, there's this amazing thing known as Kickstarter where you can donate money and you can actually finance projects. So they're looking for fans to donate money so that they can do the original graphic novel, which because this thing started as a graphic novel of Gun Theory, and if you contribute a certain amount of money, the two will do it. Now, if you give them $5, they'll leave you the name of the credits. If you come up with $500,
These are gonna be long credits.
well, it'd be pretty long here for $5. If you give them $500, they're probably going to name a character after you, and you'll have the Hitman character kill you.
Great.
What can I get for a pack of gum?
Well, for a pack of gum, you get nothing.
Ah, man.
Has to be actual money. You can't make comics with a pack of gum.
Okay. Moving on, over at Dark Horse, Conan. The folks at Dark Horse would really, really, really like to have somebody draw Conan, but there's a problem with Marvel. What's the problem?
Well, they want Frank Cho. They've asked Frank Cho, could you draw Conan first? He goes, well, A, I have a Marvel contract, and B, you can't afford my page rate. So why are you even asking me?
Well, of course, we know the Marvel contract has nothing to do with him not being able to do it.
No,
because Jeff, why is that?
Because you can work for anyone if you have a Marvel exclusive.
Because
That's the exclusive part about Marvel.
So yeah, he can't draw Conan for Dark Horse because he can't afford him, but he is launching a Kickstarter program which will fund a new Liberty Metals project, which you'll see in September. So the contract allows you to do independent stuff, which is stuff that Marvel doesn't want you to do or realize it wouldn't work for them. And so yeah, if you have an exclusive, you can go off and do this independent.
Okay, wait a minute. Frank Cho is starting a Kickstarter program,
Yes.
but Dark Horse can't afford his page rates to do Conan.
Well,
which would
If
which
Dark
would tell
Horse
me,
started a Kickstarter program, I'm quite sure they
no,
could come up with that kind of
which
money.
would tell me that he's making some money. So why is he going to people and asking them to kick in money for his concept, which is what Liberty Metals is? He owns and created Liberty Metals, which is wonderful for him. God bless him. But why is he going to fans with a tin cup, asking them to kick in money to kickstart his own graphic novels?
If they bought it, he wouldn't need it.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Well,
But,
so I don't get
but
that part of it.
well, Liberty Metals, actually, most of the money that the show got for Liberty Metals was a newspaper strip.
Well, yeah, it was.
You know, and that's where he was getting money for the thing.
But still, he owns it.
He
It's
he
his.
owns it. He can do whatever he wants with it, but he wants to do something a little more elaborate than a regular graphic novel. Something
Then he should do
something
it.
big. But he says, I can't afford to do it on my own. So fans, please help me out.
Folks, I really need to take a trip to Seattle, and
What?
I just can't do it myself. But if you send me $500 each, I will send you a personal note on an index card saying thank you, and I will go to Seattle. So I'm going to start this Kickstarter program for my poor ass to send me to Seattle just to go visit for no reason at all. What a wonderful program Kickstarter is.
It makes about as much sense as the
The
show.
Kickstarter is going to get you the Veronica Mars movie. So
Yeah,
it
the
works.
Veronica Mars movie. Yeah, because who owns that? Universal?
Universal said if they could rent.
Universal has a tin cup, and they have to go to fans.
Well, no,
You know
no,
what
no,
that
no,
might be
no.
is that might just be measuring interest.
No,
That might be all
Universal's
that is.
attitude is we would like, if you want to do a Veronica Mars movie, we're fine. We can't see financing it because we don't think it's going to make a lot of money. And so fans out there gave the people who created Veronica Mars $5.3 million to make this movie. So the movie's coming out. Universal said, you know, we won't stand in your way to stop you from doing this. We don't think it's financially viable. This is how much money we would give you. And they went, we probably need more than that. He said, well, you know, if you want to do this, that's cool. And fans have given them $5.5 million to do that.
You know, fans ponying up money for organizations or people who already have money to do their own projects is stupid. Okay, Kickstarter's fine for folks who don't have any money, who come up with a really brilliant idea, okay, and they want to get it out there, but they don't have the money to do it themselves, and they want to come to fans or people of interest, you know, to help them get it off the ground. But if you already have money or you're a corporation, what the hell? I mean,
Plus,
you know,
don't tell me $5 million is enough to make a Veronica Mars movie. When
Well, no,
that's
just-
not what
actually-
that's not what the show cost even close.
Actually, he said $5.3 million will allow them to do a much larger scale movie than
Yeah,
they
there
would
you
have
go.
with the initial. The original target was like $2.5 million and $3 million. They got $5.5 almost. They said we can do a whole bunch of stuff with this, you know. And that's the situation where the studio goes, we don't think the thing's going to make any money, but if you can get somebody to pay for it, go right ahead. And Cho's attitude is probably, I have to work on the stuff for my Marvel exclusive. I have to work on this stuff. I can't afford to do this because I can't work on this because I'm working on this. And
Right.
so,
Frank,
help
nobody
me out.
told you to send an exclusive, man. Nobody said you had to
Well,
do
he's
that.
he's not complaining about having an
Oh, okay.
exclusive, but he says, you know, there's
Well,
only
if that's
so
restricting
there
you
are
from
only so
making
many
other money.
hours in a day, and you know, I can't.
But
take
if you send me money, I will make more hours in a day. What the hell does that
That
mean?
means I can make money sleeping.
Yeah.
it means he can get the thing financed, and then he can work on the
Well,
stuff.
good
at
luck.
His,
I
at
like-
his leisure.
I like his artwork, but I'm not sure I like his attitude.
I got no use for that.
You know, it's all about the money. Okay.
Okay, well, wrapping it up, we got a Quantum and Woody story here. Quantum and Woody, when it first came out, before Valiant canceled it, they'd already written a bunch of stories that never saw the light of
'Cause
day
Valiant
because Valiant got canceled and the series got canceled itself because of that. So what happens in those stories?
those stories still exist, and part of the deal of the return of Quantum and Woody is the people at Valiant talked to Chris Priest and Mark Bright, and Priest went, I've got all these stories that we actually have done and are finished that have never seen print, and so one thing we will see probably sometime near the end of the year, the beginning of next year, is printing stories, Quantum and Woody stories, which will be considered, I guess, classic stories, even though they're not get printed from the original team, but you'll actually see those stories finally see print.
Cool. Okay, and that's it. We're done. We're finished right here. No more time for indie news or Kickstarter news. But go to the store's website. Check out.
I need to go to Vegas in October. Kickstarter program. Give me the money
I'm
and
not
pay
telling
for it.
anybody where to send
And I will
anything. That's
send
on
you photos of me in Vegas getting blasted.
Sarah, tell these people something interesting.
Thank you.
www.marlton@reality.com.
So go to the store's website. Check out all his news. Send him some money for Kickstarter until next time. This is
I
Tom
really need
Van.
to go to Gordon Ramsay's Burger, and I really don't want to pay for it.
I could really use some Kickstarter money for Seattle, too. And until next time, bye!
Send those cards and letters and money, kids.
My God. The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.